I'm Brigadier General Sandy Best from the Minnesota Air National Guard, and I'm the Chief of Staff.
Wow, very, very nice. And what brings you to the opening tonight at this gallery with Charles Kapsner?
Well, Charles is working on the last military print, and that's going to be of the United States Air Force. And I have been fortunate to be a small part of that and represent the women in the United States Air Force. And so, although I am the representative on it, it really is less about me personally than women in general that have served in all branches of the service, but specifically in the United States Air Force, the women who went before me and certainly the women who will be coming after me.
Absolutely, that was beautiful. What else, if you could maybe tell us a little bit about how you started your career?
Sure, yes. Well, I started when I was in college, and I joined the Minnesota Air National Guard as an enlisted member, so an airman.
All Minnesota roots?
All Minnesota, yes. I grew up in northeast Minneapolis and went to Edison High School, and then joined the Minnesota Air National Guard at the 133rd Airlift Wing as a personnelist. And I certainly didn't have aspirations to be a general, but my real goal was just to make it through basic training and serve my first term. And now 35 years later, here I am and have really gained so much from the military. It's such a great institution of men and women, and met my husband through my military connections, my really great friends, and just really honored to serve.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your service, and thank you for this great interview. It's so nice talking to you.
Well, thank you very much.
Can you ask a question about the painting? Do you know about the painting?
Yes.
Can we just talk a little bit
okay,
about
good.
Yeah.
I forgot
because
that.
we've done some.
Just tell me what you need. So,
Okay.
Okay, Charles Kapsner's painting is absolutely beautiful. What can you tell us about your perspective on it?
Well, first let me start even before the Air Force portrait that he's doing, or the Air Force picture that he's doing. All of the branches of service are just so filled with historical knowledge. And Charles, he is not only an artist, he is a historian, and he knows more about all branches of the service and the history, and the books that he has and the knowledge he has on all branches of the service is just spectacular. So I've gotten to know him through this process. I met him several years ago while he was working on one of the other pictures. While I was at Camp Ripley, we were riding on a bus together, and he told me about this project, and little did I know, so many years later I'd be a general officer and selected to represent women in this portrait. And so now he's done a portrait of me that he's going to be using in that, and I've gotten to know him and his wife Catherine, and beyond those portraits that he's done of all of the services and the branches and telling our story and the history of every one of them, he also has become such a close friend to the Minnesota National Guard and to Camp Ripley. One of our longest standing partnerships, it's a bilateral affairs agreement, is with Norway. And he does a picture every year of the senior training coordinator from Norway. And they're just magnificent.
Oh my goodness.
So it has just been such a delight to be a part of this and really making history with Charles.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's horizons are just looking further and further. How proud we all feel about all of this.
It is, and the state cemetery, such a beautiful tribute to servicemen and women, to have those hung in the state cemetery where people can go and visit and really be a part of all of the service from long ago to present day.
Unbelievable. I couldn't think of a better tribute that someone could make to all branches of the military and those of you who serve. Beautiful.
Absolutely, yes. And I have my family with me tonight, my husband and my daughter. And my daughter's 23 and she's in public affairs and communications. And she is just so inspired by that she chose to come with me tonight to be a part and see. And
congratulations on all fronts.
Thank you. Yes. Now, if I could get her to join the military.
Right, right.
Right.
Oh, they have a mind of their own, those darn kids.
Indeed. Yes.
Congratulations. What else would you like me to ask?
Is there anything you would like to say that we may not have asked or that you would like to say? Because sometimes that's where the magic comes from.
Okay, yes.
And if there isn't, that's fine too.
Well, I would just say, let me think about that one moment. What I would say is what the military offers is a lifetime of friendships. You know, really in the end, when you end your military service, all the men and women that you've served with and all of the things that you've learned educationally, the places that you've traveled, it's such a great organization and an institution, and anybody who served, no matter what branch, no matter how long, no matter if they were officer and enlisted, it really just is such an honor to be a part of that military institution for the United States.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Husband military?
Yeah, and he's retired. He's retired Air Force too.
And you met
In the military, yes. I worked for somebody he was on, that he was deployed with.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. So,
okay.
I'll get self-conscious again. That's so silly. Where did you get to live? I mean, how fun was it as a kid, or did you hate being a military brat?
Oh no, I loved it. I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I support it, and
But because I've always been in the Minnesota Air National Guard, it's not like active duty life where you've got to move from base to base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really
Yeah.
So you haven't had to move to exotic.
no. My dad was active duty, so he was more like that, but that was before I was born. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the painting already?
I saw her
The portrait she's talking about.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
It's in the very front, yes. It's very nice.
We're excited to see it all come together. It is.
Okay.